Hi, hope you're having a nice lunch. What's the question that will defeat Barack Obama? That's the subject of today's video. You know, we do this every day at about noon or so Eastern time, and love having lunch with you and chatting over the issues of the day. That's the real issue. What is the question that's going to defeat Obama? And we keep getting it wrong. And therefore, we keep believing he has more of a chance to be reelected than he really does. The question that'll be asked is not, do you approve of how Obama's handled the economy? It is not, is this Obama's fault that the economy is in terrible shape? It is not, who do we assign blame to, Bush, the Congress, Obama, the Fed, for the bad economy? The question that we'll ask ourselves in the voting booth, which will doom Obama's candidacy, is what are you planning to do in the next 4 years that you haven't done in the first 4 years? What is the magic cure that you have in your back pocket that's going to take this economy that's falling apart and make it wonderful and bloom again? What's the potion that you've withheld from us for 4 years? And why have you withheld it? And why should we expect anything different in the next 4 years than in the last 4 years? You know, in 1992, when Bill Clinton was running against Bush, and forgive me, but you know, I helped Clinton, and at the very end, Bush had a real surge. He was gaining, and in fact was ahead of Clinton in the closing days. And I wrote an ad for Clinton that he put on that I think had something to do with his winning. It was an empty factory floor, and a newspaper was blowing in it. There was cobwebs on the machinery, and it was obvious that this is an unused factory. And a male voiceover was saying, "Oh, you know, it could have been different. We had the chance to change, and I just voted for same old, same old. I didn't want to take a chance. And the recession's just kept on going. The unemployment's rising. Sometimes I look back and I wish I'd voted differently." And it sort of fast-forwarded to Bush's re-election, and everybody was saying maybe Clinton could have done better with the economy. That's the kind of issue Obama's going to face. Because even if you believe that this recession was Bush's fault, which to a certain extent it was, even if you don't believe that Obama's policies have prolonged the recession, which goodness knows they have, and even if you believe that Obama is doing the best he can given a global situation in handling the economy, which I don't, you still come back to the question of what can we expect differently in the next 4 years. And I don't think Obama has an answer to that. I think the answer is that if you re-elect him, you're going to keep the same high unemployment, the same stagnant economic growth, and all of this stuff going on into the future. In fact, it might even get worse because he won't be able to resist the temptation for more social engineering. So when you speak to people about re-electing Obama and you work to try to defeat him, which I hope you do, we need everybody to do that. The question to ask people is, why do you hope that under Obama the next 4 years will be any different? And that's the question he can't answer. So have a nice lunch. Hope this cheers you up a little bit. And we'll talk tomorrow. Thanks for watching.